Is this supposed to be a part of the show?
Yeah.
Okay, we should probably kick off the show then.
You want to start now?
Yeah, we can start. Are you? Because you're pulling it up now.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't curse.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
For Lamar Jackson gear. Like, this is my
Okay.
sideline.
You kick off episode 43 with your Lamar Jackson quote.
Lamar Jackson tweeted 2 hours ago. Thank you, everyone, for your support and concerns regarding my injuries. Want to give you all an update as I am in the recovery process. I've suffered a PCL grade 2 sprain on the borderline of a strain 3. There is still inflammation surrounding my knee, and my knee remains unstable. I'm still in good spirits as I continue with treatments on the road to recovery. I wish I could be out there with my guys more than anything, but I can't give 100% of myself to my guys and fans. I'm still hopeful we will have a chance. Purple Heart, Purple Heart. This was about 2 hours ago.
Welcome to episode 43.
Bum, bum, bum.
Brought to you by Skipjack.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
Drink a little Skipjack. So, how do you feel about that?
Well, I think it's confirmation that he's not playing on Sunday. And I would say that his injury was more severe than announced. Most likely. That's what it seems like to me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and it's about time that somebody said something, I would think. Yeah. It feels like given, week on, week out. I feel like this was known for some time.
Given the self-transition that they did to themselves last week against the Bengals, him not going out there again, it's like we're just going to just double down.
Well, there's no option. You have to. There's nothing that you can do. You kind of have to just play what you've got and hope for the best. But it definitely seems as if the season is
absolutely over.
Because it doesn't sound like he's anywhere near returning.
No.
It doesn't sound like he's coming back anytime soon.
Even if they win this game by whatever miracle they win, next week is just a harder opponent that we probably would not be able to beat without strong offensive weapons.
Correct.
Including him. So
yeah, I'm very curious. Everybody's been talking about this like 100% thing. It's weird that he mentioned the 100% because John Harbaugh had 100% in his that was talked about earlier in a presser thing where somebody asked if he was not 100%, would they like let him play? And John said, sure, if he wanted to play and he wasn't 100%, he can play.
I don't know if that type of injury.
You want to risk it?
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
what's the risk?
He blows it and then.
But what does that mean?
So I think
he blows the knee out.
Like medically.
From what it sounds like, the injury is a sprain, so the tendon is bruised somehow.
Yeah,
but it's not torn. I think the risk is that
he would tear something.
Already some damage to it, that he might tear something.
So it seems as if that is the case, that this would have been known though a while ago, and they've been kind of just drawing it out.
Oh yeah,
that's my theory. If it is that bad, then the conversation of him being week to week would be an inaccurate one.
Right. It would have been he's out indefinitely for a month.
Has there ever
6 weeks, 7
weeks?
Has
there previously been an announcement of what the injury? Like, I know that they said his knee, he has an injured knee, but
didn't they call it a PCL sprain or something like that? Initially, we could look this up.
I want to say that those words have come across my ESPN screen.
But for the last several weeks, it has been discussed in all kinds of like press events that Lamar is very much week to week and that there is a possibility that he could return at any given time. Like at any moment, he could step out onto the field potentially. And I would wager that that's not been the case. Now, this doesn't really matter all that much. They're allowed to do whatever they want to do, obviously. Like they have their reasons for why they do what they do. But it does seem odd that you wouldn't just come out and be like, hey, this is, upon evaluation, this isn't quite what we thought it was, or it's a little worse than we thought it was.
The tweet that you just read, it said it was grade 2, borderline grade 3.
Yes.
Is that what it said?
Yes.
So grade 2 is a partial tear and the ligament feels loose. Grade 3 is the ligament is completely torn and the knee is unstable.
He's going to need surgery. They're trying to see if it heals, but he's probably going to get off-season surgery.
Yeah, so that's what it seemed. That's what I was curious about, because I feel like they do the same thing with like Bateman in the beginning. He like played a couple of games, but he was like, it's not right. And then they were like, he's going to sit out a week. And then eventually they were like,
he needs surgery.
Yeah, he's going to have surgery.
So Lamar's going to get off-season surgery.
Yeah, he's going to. It seems like he's going to have to.
He's going to. Yeah, I guess this is to prevent tearing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Open and shut, it seems like, in my opinion.
As you guys know, I was a star athlete in high school. And
Tennis?
You are trying.
Right.
Chess.
You're making this hard. You're going to make this hard, aren't you?
Better.
but okay, we speak now that we have the formal definition of what grade 2 is, I would still say that I don't know if him not going out is because of his style of play. He knows he could aggravate it more, because there are quarterbacks who play injured, but they don't even have the range of motion that he has. So is it a thing where he knows if he goes out, he knows he's going to injure it because his style of play, rather than dumbing down his style of play and just being on the field?
I don't know. I think probably not to. I think Lamar can throw the ball. I'm not going to go into that conversation about him not being able to throw the ball. But if you're going to tell Lamar he can't run, he has to basically stay in the pocket. And if things break up,
he's got to just slide.
He's got to just drop. Like, if that's what he's going to have to do, then you might as well put Huntley out there probably.
Oh, yeah.
This article that I was just reading also said that in some cases you aren't able to walk properly on it. In severe cases. So we don't obviously know how severe it is. Is severe grade 3 or is it grade 4? There is another grade 4, but who knows? He may not even be able to actually walk properly on it in the first place.
Disappointing.
This
Given
sucks.
that the Broncos are responsible for this. Yes, although I would say he has been, like, he's walking around. Like, he was at the one game walking around, jumping around, celebrating and stuff like that. I'm not saying it's not painful for him, but it's not as if he's got like a limp.
He doesn't have to run 40 yards from a 275-pound bodybuilder. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely different. Yeah.
It supports his body weight, but
yeah, man, it just sucks. Like, in the grand scheme of all of it, like the entire thing, the contract, the season, the knee, just all of it, just it stinks.
It
very,
wouldn't,
very much.
Yes,
and I hate it. I hate it for him. I hate it for us. I hate it for Ray, the organization. And,
I feel as if the fallout of it though could have been mitigated significantly if they would have just announced more of this earlier on.
Yeah, like I think that. I don't know if the organization was trying to like save face or.
I think they thought he could play. I think they thought he could play, and I think he thought it too.
I think he thought he could play too. I think that's where it was.
That's what it is.
And
but then who's the person telling him he can't?
It's doctors. So I'm sure the narrative is you can risk it.
Yeah.
But if the event that you get injured or something goes wrong, it will go all the way wrong.
And you'll be out indefinitely with knee surgery and a torn PCL. I don't advise this.
Yeah, then you're definitely not getting that 10-year. Wasn't it a 10-year, 8-year? What was the contract he wanted in the beginning?
I think he wanted 5 years with like $200 million guaranteed. And you're definitely not getting that. Well, we can't say that. Dak got it, and his ankle was basically hanging off the bone. You know what I mean? So
but if it tore all the way, couldn't he? I mean, is that a longer than one off season? Recovery time?
It's a whole year. Like, it's a whole calendar year.
Yeah, so
he would miss some of next season.
He'd probably miss up until about week 5 or 6.
Yeah.
If he's a quick recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah, tough to say. Tough to say. I don't know.
Spinach.
I don't know. It's a tough call. I can't say, obviously. Seems as if they're probably just focusing on next year at this point. I mean, it'd be cool to win against the Bengals. I think there's a lot of smoke there, as they say.
What's bad is I think that they can do it. That's the thing.
Yeah, that last game Sunday was close. That game Sunday was close. Like they could have, if I feel like if Huntley was in, there was a chance we could have won because it was at a point where they were only up 10 points.
Yeah,
that game was close the whole game.
Yeah,
and even though it was a blowout, it was still a close game.
Yeah,
you can't lose the turnover battle. and that is exactly what killed the
Oh
Ravens
yeah,
last
yeah.
week.
They scored.
You can't throw
three
that many.
times
You
off
can't
of
throw that many
turnovers, yeah.
picks. You can't fumble the ball like that. You just not when you're missing key players like that. You have to play a very clean, a very very perfect game almost just to keep pace.
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Bengals are not bad, so you're just to keep pace. You're gonna have to keep it tight.
They play a bad game. We had to play marvelously.
Correct.
To just slightly beat them with the team we had out
because
there.
you have to win off of their mistakes,
Right.
Not let them beat
Right.
you off of yours.
And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Because their mistakes were there.
Yeah.
They were there.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
offense did absolutely nothing.
Ours just outnumbered them significantly. Like they just were. You
Poor
can't. You know what I
Anthony
mean?
Brown, like-
It's tough, dude.
Yeah.
That's not the game you want to
Start. That's not the game that's for you. Like
Yeah.
I do not want to be
And
called
I'm sure
up for that
and
one.
I'm sure he'll get some snaps this week.
Yeah.
Is what it sounds like. I
Yeah.
don't know what Huntley's deal is. I didn't realize he had so many issues. I thought Huntley was
He's
like,
like
good to go.
he's busted up. He's got tendonitis in his elbow. His shoulder's like strained a little bit, and that's his throwing shoulder.
Yeah, I don't
so
get all
he's a little busted up, and then Anthony Brown is just like never played before. So
Yeah, and that's what it is. Just,
you know,
we got Anthony Brown and now Brock
poor
Purdy.
guy got out there, had no clue what was going
No,
on.
dude,
You know what I
he
mean?
got dropped into the playoffs.
But what's crazy
It's
is
not good.
he is probably a better pure passer than the both of them.
I mean, I would think anybody's a good pure passer when you don't have four linebackers running at you. You know, it's how you deal with that pressure. And like Lamar is one of the best at dealing with the pressure of having, again, a 260, 70 pound, 6'2" linebacker running at you because he has the mobility to get away. Not every guy has that. Like me, if, I saw that, I'd probably just freeze up and piss myself because I can't get away from him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know. We'll find out more on Sunday night, man. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Prediction? Close game?
If I was a betting man, I would bet the Bengals would win. That's just, I think, common sense. I do think that the Ravens are due for a little bit of an upset in the way of just a good game. I do think that is, if you do get all of these people back, a minus Lamar, right? And obviously Bateman's not coming back. But if you do have like Mark Andrews and, if Gus Edwards is in there and like there are people playing.
That could really, really help. Yeah, J.K. Dobbins is in.
Yeah. And I think if you
Andrews,
I think if you speed up the game a little bit,
we got to run the ball.
you can't you got to run the ball and do that. Obviously, I'm not like a offensive, mind or whatever, but I feel as if if Huntley's playing, you just have to protect him. So he's either got to run the ball or they got to be like quick plays. Can't be things that he can't bake in the pocket for long. It's just not something he's going to be able to do. And he can't scramble because like that has to get shut down.
We got to play like it's third down, each down.
And the
Injuries.
receivers have to catch the ball.
Yeah, that too.
Oh yeah.
You cannot get hit. They cannot keep getting hit in the numbers and fumbling the ball.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of drop passes.
Yeah.
It wasn't all Anthony's
you
fault.
can't.
Yeah.
You can't blame him for those for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of the Ravens talk for my watch list because I've been watching a lot of sports because I'm addicted to FanDuel right now. Mm-hmm. But we'll talk about that when we get later in there. So yeah, let's start drinking.
On the Noble Oak ride. Now we've done Noble Oak on the show before.
We did
once before. You saw this in the store and felt compelled by the red label.
Yeah.
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 You can tell me otherwise. I'm just speculating.
I got a little aroused by the red label.
There it is. All right. So, this is a rye whiskey finished with port wine oak staves is what we've got here. Let's see what we got on the back of the bottle. Most of Noble Oak's character comes from the wood and from, excuse me, guys, comes from the wood. And with this release, it's a weird sentence. It's a weird sentence. We elegantly marry two of the world's most coveted cask types. First-time honored methods are used to rest Noble Oak in charred new American white oak barrels. Then, through our proprietary finishing process, we add complexity using port wine oak staves. This is the same wood used to craft the world's most sought-after wines. The result is totally unique and is elegantly balanced and bold. Notes of figs, toffee, almonds, and allspice. So that's what we're going to be looking for
Shout out to the intern that wrote that.
in our first taste here.
So I'm trying to remember what the first one tasted like. I know we enjoyed it, but
Yeah, we did. It was a nice bottle.
can't remember.
It was a nice
The first
bottle.
one it was a regular bourbon.
It was good. It was smooth, right?
Yeah, it was good.
All right, we have a very significant list
Bum, bum,
this week. A
bum.
lot of news, I feel as if.
Yeah, we watched the Golden Globes.
I did not watch the Golden Globes. I read about it the day after.
I watched a nice chunk. I'm not gonna say I watched the entire thing.
I also read that viewership was low, right?
Lowest of all time. Why don't we kick off, Josh, with the first one there on the list? Why don't you? We're going to have to do a little bit of a speed round on this.
Yeah, definitely. First one on the list is Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon.
Oh, yes, Rebel Moon. You probably know more about this than I do. Or is
I
that
don't,
not
but
true?
we brought this up
I'll
a few weeks ago, right? And this is like his new. This is supposed to rival like Star Wars.
Yeah, so this initially was a concept that he pitched for Star Wars. So to George Lucas, he pitched this concept, and it essentially got shelved during the
Okay.
COVID.
Courtney. No, this got shelved during the exchange of the Star Wars properties from George Lucas to Disney. So
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that got.
yeah. So he repurposed the script. It's essentially swapped out all of the Star Wars characters and, all that stuff, and just replaced it with like his
Generic,
own
yeah.
kind of ideas, I guess, if you will, or own characters or whatever. So basically, this was a Star Wars movie that is going to now be not a Star Wars movie, but that's bada bing, bada boom. But he recently posted an image from it. It's in post production, and I think it's coming out on Netflix. I believe is where it's going to.
I was going to say who's distributing it because
Netflix.
if it is as good as it should be, through Disney, then is this something that he will build his own?
Well, this is not
universe
coming
from?
out of Disney.
No, I'm saying like,
Yeah.
could it be something he builds his own universe?
I don't know. We'll see.
In August, the sequel was confirmed.
Wow,
There you go.
There we go.
And revealed to be titled Rebel Moon Part 2.
Very original. Yeah, okay.
All right, very good. Yeah, so not much more on that other than I thought it was interesting. It seems as if that'll be dropping in the near future. There's no release date as of now, but it's been in post production for a little while, so I would guess that that's probably nearing the corner. But should be interesting, to say the least. Next item. Let's move on.
Gladiator sequel.
Oh yeah. So
read about
Gladiator
this.
2, Ridley Scott is apparently kicking this off yet again. There was a concept for Gladiator 2 a long time ago, interestingly enough, that took Russell Crowe into the future. So it was like a time travel thing.
But he died.
Well, yeah, but they bring him back, I guess, in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, there's like a time travel component or something in it. Anyway, that was the original concept.
That was
For
the original.
The sequel.
Now the sequel is really going to be like his son, right? Or something.
Yeah, I didn't really read much about the concept that they were moving forward with. Just the fact that I think it got greenlit or it's gotten off the ground. They're moving forward with it. So
Josh, you can throw your pizza at me if I'm wrong, but I think
let's go.
it's his son that they're gonna use as the main character.
Who, Russell Crowe's son?
What the
The Gladiator's son.
Yeah,
Oh, I got you. So we're thinking Russell Crowe is
that
not
he
in the
lived
sequel.
in the. He lived. Somehow he survived the what's it called? When they ran through his house.
Okay, so we're saying that
When they
what
went to kill
happened
his
in
wife and
what
stuff.
happened in the original movie is not accurate.
Yeah, they're
In the
gonna-
sense that like we think the son died, but he didn't. Because he
Yeah.
definitely died. In the
like he
first
got
one.
away or something like
Gotcha.
that, and then
Okay.
Russell just kind of was just like, he's dead.
I mean, there was that holy transcendent scene where he passes
Mm-hmm.
into the other world and he's with his son and wife. So
Yeah, but I don't think we see the son.
no, he's there. The son is what runs to him.
I
think, in
mean
the
when
field.
he originally gets home, doesn't he originally go home?
No, he sees both of his son and his wife hanging when he gets home. I remember the scene.
Oh yeah, they're gonna have to.
They're both hanging in the house.
That's right. Yeah.
Josh, you look like you have something you want to say.
No, I'm reading.
Just very
Sorry.
confused. It's okay.
Yeah.
All right, take your time.
All right. Slow reading.
That's really all I
gonna
got for
be.
it.
It will be Lucius. Lucius is the main character in the new one, and it's Lucilla's son. I have not seen the original movie. I don't know, but So Mezcal will be playing Lucius, the son of Lucilla, Connie Nielsen's character.
Don't know. It's been a while since I've watched Gladiator. It is a classic, though.
It was my aunt's favorite movie. She would watch it before.
Before what, Christmas?
For
the holidays?
She is a.
It's definitely a Christmas movie, guys.
She used to work. She's a clinical psychologist, and she would work in the jail. And before she would go see clients in jail, she would watch the movie.
Did you see a lot
Just
of
to get,
clients? It's a lot of movies.
I vividly remember this because when I was a kid, I was a kid. I was a teenager. We would, I would ride with her, just so she wouldn't have to ride by herself to these. And she'd go in like Clarice from Hannibal Lecter.
All right.
And in the car, we had the seats.
Yeah.
And she would always play Gladiator to kind of get herself hyped up before she.
So she felt as if she was
going to war. Yeah.
Real quick, I'm just kind of caught up here. So this is Marcus Aurelius's daughter's child.
His grandson.
Yes.
So he must have had a daughter with somebody.
So
Before
that's
he passed.
the thing. This woman, this character's mother,
Yeah.
was a former lover of Russell Crowe. Lover.
Got you.
Maximus.
All
Yes.
right.
Scandalous.
All right. Yeah. So
Right.
much scandal.
Indeed.
So you out here seeing your wife and son in the afterlife, and you got a whole side chick.
Well, yeah.
Nasty man.
That was the time. Next item on the list.
God damn it.
He does not want to talk about infidelity.
Next item on the list.
Wednesday is renewed for a second season.
Thank you.
Sorry, what is it?
Thank you.
Wednesday is renewed for a second
Oh,
season.
yeah.
As soon as I took a fucking bite of the pizza, you went, all right, next thing, what is it?
There it is.
This guy. $1 in the swear jar.
Already? Dang.
Did
He's the guy.
Did I really?
He did it, yeah.
Well, darn.
It was.
That's it.
I thought it'd be you.
I thought it was going to be me.
I thought it'd be you.
Wow.
I thought it was going to be you, too.
I thought it was going to be
Wow.
me. I've
Just
been,
given the word ratio, per
Yeah,
episode.
right.
Yeah. But anyway, here we are. Okay, Wednesday.
that.
It's all good. Wednesday,
all right.
season 2. Finally got green lit.
broke the seal.
Got the green light.
Just let it go now.
Which is good.
It's just a constant stream.
It's just a stream after the 25-minute
Obscenities.
mark.
The worst.
I'm gonna really double down now.
You can say it now. Just go ahead.
Hey, God. I'm not the one that does it on a consistent basis, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, you do fairly well with
That's
your refraining from adult words.
Trying to
Me?
balance out the show, guys.
Yeah. Me, I'm gonna give you an F-bomb.
Yeah, I know. We know. Or Josh, for that matter.
It's true, clearly.
He's over here, too busy with the pizza, dropping the show notes, swearing.
Yep. I'll show myself out.
God.
Oh man.
Oh, my goodness. Wednesday, dude. Did you watch any of it? No?
Passively, not sat down, but my kids.
Isaiah watched it. He's nodding his head. He gets it. It's a good
I just
show.
couldn't. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. You
I
tell
just
me.
couldn't.
It's Adam's Family for the Gen Zers, man.
Yeah, and I just I don't know.
A
Just
little
couldn't,
mad with Gen Z.
couldn't do it for me. Am I a little mad with Gen Z?
A little mad at Gen Z.
I don't really like them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can tell.
It's all good. It's okay.
It's not. I like you. You're not Gen Z. You
Technically,
Borderline.
borderline.
Yeah. It's
I'm a
okay.
geriatric millennial, so I'm
That's
like,
all right.
you too. I think, we're up there.
I'm a millennial. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's accurate.
I don't know about being called a geriatric millennial, though.
That's a
You're,
thing. Look it up.
you're
yeah.
probably
No, I believe you that if I Google that, there will be a result. But
Josh, so I think Josh said, if I Google, so you're geriatric. You proved me right.
let me log on to Google here.
Let me do my Googles.
If I ask Jeeves.
But no, I think it really does present the Addams Family in a way that millennials in particularly really do relate to, and it's a good resurgence of the brand.
I do understand that you need to repackage things that can be digestible for new generations. Like they have to have that it factor that they can identify with. So I get it. And maybe this is me just being an old fart. See, y'all thought I was gonna say the other word.
The fuck word?
There it is. Maybe this is me just being an old fuck, but it just looked like it was made for Gen Z, and I just was kind of
just mad at it because of that.
Yeah, man, I was just kind of just like scowled at the TV when it was on.
It's not nostalgic. It really isn't.
And okay,
You're like Clint Eastwood. Aren't you? You're like sitting on your porch.
Get me a Confederate flag and a shotgun.
It's like how the Addams Family was like this expose on this weird family who was just out in the just weird. This show makes it says it's okay to be weird. It's okay.
Oh yeah, of course. I think what I was turned off about it, because I think the Addams Family that I grew up with was very very contained in what they are.
Yeah.
And from what I understand about this is that it's very world building.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, just was kind of like, wait, that's not what I sound like a, old fuck. I'm like, that's not what the Addams Family is built on.
So the movies, though, not the TV show, but the movies did do a little bit to establish a world. You don't get as much, you don't get as much from a TV show, for example, right? There's way more time to do that. But the TV shows were, to your point, much more self-contained within the Addams Family in contrast to the movies, which the movies were.
I feel like that's a pretty common thing for TV show reboots these days, where it is about world building. Like they kind of take you through, hold your hand, bring you through everything again.
Yeah. But that's because if you can establish reestablish the franchise from a TV show perspective, there's so much money in that.
Right.
And that's everything now, right? Like if
course,
Netflix can
you're grabbing a new audience, a new generation. And
if Netflix can get 8 seasons out of this, it's huge, right? Like look at Stranger Things. Like that's kind of the goal. Like you could, Stranger Things could have been a movie, but it's going to be way bigger as a show. Like the goal is now to have massive TV shows, not to have massive movies. I feel like
lock people in for subs for 8 weeks, 9 weeks.
Yeah, for sure.
Why not?
Yeah.
Boom. I'm sure I'll see it eventually, but
God, get around to it, man. They're not, they're not getting any younger.
I know. Clearly.
Geriatric.
That's right.
Yeah. My back hurts right now.
Surprised it's the first time you said it.
Did you see that? Sorry, I'll talk about it offline. There's a TikTok about this old man, and every time he walks in the room, he's complaining about how cold it is. I'll share it with you guys later. It's hilarious.
All right. Speaking of old man,
Moving on.
Don Cheadle.
This came out. Did you read about this? Did you read any of this?
No.
So this was just an interesting little fact that came out this week about his role in the Marvel franchise.
I think I saw the headline. I just kind of scrolled past it.
So apparently he got the call for the job. He was a 6-picture deal, and he had 1 hour to make the decision whether or not he was going to sign on or not. And this happened during his kid's laser tag birthday party. And I don't know. I thought it was an interesting fact to just kind of randomly drop it. There's not like a big Marvel movie that's going on right now. Not one with him in it anyway.
Okay, so that's an interesting,
weird little piece.
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic because his character, War Machine, Colonel Rhodes, was originally played by Terrence Howard. And I don't know if you guys all seen the memes, Iron Man, whatever. But he was just replaced.
Yeah.
With Don Cheadle. Apparently he wanted more money than what they thought was appropriate or for the role he was playing, and they were just like no. And I guess I don't know, I think a lot had to play with that. Like he played War Machine, and the movie was such a success that now was picked up. That is during the transition of when it was picked up by Disney, right? Iron Man and I believe like the first kind of set of Avengers films were not Avengers film, but the lineup of Phase 1 films weren't originally distributed by Disney. They were like Universal, or what have you. I'm not sure, but then they got picked up, they're sold into Disney. And then he was like, "No, I want more money if I'm gonna come back." And they were like, "I guess the price was too high." And then that's when Don Cheadle came in and replaced him.
Picture deal.
Yeah. So I'm guessing whatever Terrence Howard turned down was more than enough for Don Cheadle because, now he's in lieu of getting his own series on Disney Plus as, in the Armor Wars that's coming. So, it's been
big deal for him.
Yeah.
I mean, he
got more than 6, didn't he?
I was going to say, is he done with 6 now? He's got to be over that.
Yeah, he's
at this point.
Avengers, Iron Man 2.
Was he
3?
in both Avengers?
All the Avengers.
All the Avengers. So that's 4?
4 Avengers
all
movies.
All the Iron Man movies except for...
the first one.
Except for the first one.
He did...
all the Avengers.
That's 3 Avengers
5.
movies. 5.
6.
And Civil War.
So that was 6. So yeah. Oh, he was he guessed... He was on Captain America and the Winter Soldier. He was there.
Yeah, so he's
he's definitely renegotiated that.
He's well past 6 at this point. Boom.
Good for him.
Right.
Good for him, man. Yeah. I like Hotel Rwanda.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What are you gonna do? Mm-hmm. Seems like that's what he does now. You done anything else recently? Just the Marvel stuff?
I mean,
it's got to be a pretty.
When you getting that check,
it's got to be a pretty squishy gig, though.
He was in Space Jam 2.
He was the villain in Space Jam 2. That's right.
Damn.
I saw that. And didn't put it on my watch list.
I did not watch that.
It was free on HBO. It was like a drop one.
He also starred in a film called No Sudden Move.
Didn't see it.
Him and Benicio del Toro, David Harbour, John Hamm, Brendan Fraser,
That's a lineup.
Kieran Culkin,
I remember when it
Ray
came
Liotta.
out. I
That's
didn't
my
go see
guy.
it. It was one of those things when theaters first opened back up. It came out. Didn't go see it.
Oh, so it was in theaters. Is it streaming anywhere, Josh?
Stand by.
Okay. While he's looking, Isaiah, what's next on the list?
Next, we have
Avatar
James
3 and 4.
Cameron moving forward with Avatar.
I'm not going to be caught off guard again.
James Cameron moving forward with Avatar 3 and 4.
I'm so sick of James Cameron.
So Avatar 3 has been locked.
I'm sorry, 4 and 5.
Yeah, 4 and 5. So Avatar 3 is locked. That was always, I think, gonna happen because that is filmed at this point. That's done. That's in the can. Is my understanding. Now 4 and 5 were up for debate whether or not this Avatar 2 was gonna have enough of a financial pull that it would.
I think they're fudging the numbers.
Well, I don't think they're not fudging. I don't
believe it.
They're definitely not fudging the numbers. It's just internationally, it just does way better than it does domestically, and that's what we
said that last
lost sight of a little bit. That's really what we lost sight of a little bit because we really focus on. I mean, most movies, I feel like most are really based on like domestic numbers. I feel like that's like what people talk about a lot. Even if you look at Maverick, like Maverick still has more money domestically than Avatar does, but internationally, it's just such a
think our markets
success
are a little more saturated because our films come from North America, where big budget films are usually the only films that go internationally.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
that's fair. Yeah, they've definitely poured tons of cash into making this an international heavy hitter, which it has been. I mean, it's made over $1 billion internationally, I think.
Has anyone seen it yet?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna get to it. I did recently look at tickets for it in Times because I looked the first week and it was like
Are you waiting for MoviePass to relaunch?
Yeah, baby.
It's coming back.
It's going to come out maybe.
I looked for seats the first week it was out, really tough to find seats. And I was like, nah, I'm not about that life. And then second week, it was a little better. And then I looked this past week. Yeah, and I think that's like the only theater that we have.
You would go to, yeah.
Although that one apparently in Harbor East just reopened.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a nice little date night.
Harbor Theater, Harbor East Theater or something.
Harbor
It's
East?
called.
It's a landmark.
No, it used to be a landmark. That is
you're right.
closed.
Yep,
It
Harbor
reopened
East Cinemas.
as Harbor East
Sorry.
Cinemas. I don't know who owns it or how
who
that works.
owns that?
I don't know. I don't know who it's affiliated with. It used to be a landmark back in the day.
Is it private?
Pre-pandemic.
Pre-pandemic, it was a landmark. It actually, I think, closed before pandemic, but
Now
in
they're
either
probably-
case.
So now they're just a generic theater.
But
showing.
it's a much smaller theater, and I looked at showtimes there. I think they play it twice a day because they only have it on one screen, and they don't do the high frame rate, I don't believe.
And then what are they showing in the middle? Toy Story 3 during
Whatever else is out.
Whatever. Okay.
Megan.
Which is 98 fresh.
Yeah, it's killing the game.
Killing the game.
Actually made more money domestically Friday night when it came out than Avatar, and then Avatar took back over on Saturday and Sunday.
Wow.
But anyway, neither here nor there. So anyway, Avatar 5 and 6. I think James Cameron said that he basically has the next, I think it was like 7 or 8 years of his life essentially, basically are dedicated to Avatar.
Does he have that long?
That was a good question. A lot of people have talked to him about kind of his legacy as a filmmaker and what he sees basically as being next for him. And he was kind of saying, there's a lot of movies that I'm not going to get to make because of Avatar.
I mean,
He went all in. It's really interesting to me to have a guy like that who's made all these epic movies over the course of his career, and then just in the last 20 of his life, he just decided, I'm going to double down
on these blue
people. And this is
It really just depresses me so much.
This is the world of Pandora. It is truly depressing.
I think it's because it's so simple.
You think it's easy to do for him?
I think it's challenging for him to do because the plots
Simple.
are simple.
Yeah.
But everything else about the movie has no choice but to be extravagant.
Yeah, it's a technical feat, but why not just do one and then do something else?
Just
that's
be done with
technically
it.
challenging?
Right.
Technical obsession.
Yeah, but I feel
Narcissism.
you could.
Yeah.
But you could apply that to a different concept. Like
Right.
I'm not.
Now you're a narcissist.
Yeah, we've seen that with him before. I mean, the comments that he was making a few months ago.
He told us that
about-
it'll get better the third time you see it.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
I'm not going to the movies to see Avatar 2-3 times, bro.
Right.
Like, nah.
I just feel like you would break away, take the technology and apply it to a different concept,
Right.
and double down on the technology if that's what he's here for. If he's here for the challenge, then do something new with the same technology, but do a new concept. Like,
The iPhone gets better every year.
let's
Like,
make
a new
I
movie.
don't know, go to
every-
space,
you know,
man. I don't know, come up with something.
Do something. Go underwater. Like, make an actual movie. Under.
Well, he did. I mean, this was shot
he could
underwater.
redo. Didn't he do Jaws?
Nope. No, that was Steven Spielberg.
That was Spielberg.
Yeah. Wow, dude.
Yeah.
We lose
Gonna
our
need-
movie
yeah, you gotta take a.
That's my dementia kicking in.
Yeah. What the hell?
It's my geriatric.
My
The
gosh.
Abyss.
He did. Yeah, he did The Abyss.
Yeah,
he
Water.
did Aliens. He did the
Yes.
sequel to Aliens. He did
Every
Titanic. Obviously,
big
he did
budget-
True Lies.
Great. Which is
fantastic.
Jack Ryan.
Terminator.
Of course,
Terminator.
yeah.
This. Yep. 1 and 2.
Of course, the
greatest
Titanic.
action movie ever.
Actually, did he do Terminator 1 or did he just do
Yeah.
Terminator 2?
Terminator 1.
He did 1 and 2.
Yeah.
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 All right, there you go.
Terminator 2.
There's a lot under this dude's belt.
aged
Oh,
so
and
well.
he did the newest Terminator.
He was a producer on that, or an executive producer. I don't think
Yeah,
he
he
directed
didn't.
it.
He didn't do it. I remember that was on Amazon.
Yeah.
I watched it.
He's
I'm a
got
Terminator fan.
Aliens under his belt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got bangers.
Oh no, yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
huge,
James Cameron is a
huge
very,
movies.
very accomplished man. I just don't like his old man attitude.
Another
Yeah.
underwater movie, Piranha 2, The Spawning.
Oh, that's right. He did do that. That's true. He
Like,
also
they were ridiculous.
he also just had a couple documentaries. He went to the Mariner Trench. Went
Yeah,
down
diving deep.
Mariana Trench. Yep. hmm
there. Mariana.
Ghosts of the Abyss.
Yeah.
Oh, he's into the water, dude.
Yep.
Aliens in the deep.
Yeah, he's on
Aliens of the-
some
yeah,
water
yeah.
documentaries.
drinking too much water.
Anyway, I just hate to send him to space, dude. Get him up there.
We trying to get rid of it.
What is it?
go.
Explorers from the Titanic to the Moon. Another documentary.
Hey, here we go. Here we go. All right. That's
All right.
That's that
great.
news there. Move on.
You mentioned Megan. I don't know if you want to go into it, but that's the next thing on the thing, taking over the Friday slot.
Yeah,
that's
we
all
talked
it
about
said.
that.
Yeah,
pretty
totally
much
fine.
briefly.
Great.
We hit that.
50 Cent.
Oh, 50 Cent.
What up, gangsta?
He's doing a 8 Mile TV show apparently.
Oh my God. Leave us alone, 50 Cent.
I don't know if I don't know if it has anything to do with Eminem or not. Like I don't know if he's affiliated or associated to it by any means. But 50 Cent.
Well, which 8 Mile stretch?
God damn it. God damn it.
You know, so all right, 50 has had pretty good success.
No, I know they're friends. They're buddies. I know that.
Josh shows us a picture of 50 Cent and Eminem. We got to recreate that picture.
This fist thing is
In reverse.
Yeah. Has had such success on Stars with his recreation of these stories. Well, he had Power.
Yeah.
He's doing BMF, Black Mafia Family, which is apparently a hit. He's apparently he's taken Power. Like the main show is over, and now he's doing spin-offs of the characters, which people are like very into. I'm not into it. My wife was very into it. I wasn't. And now he's got BMF. I tried BMF in the beginning. I was just like, I just couldn't. I tried. Just wasn't my type of, I love that stuff. I love gangster shit, but it just wasn't.
Wasn't for you.
It was more soap opera than it was gangster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
And now he's going to try, but he did one more thing. I can't remember what it was.
He's done some movies too.
Yeah,
it's not just TV.
He's killing the game
stuff.
as a producer. Like he's really killing it. I just don't know what a show. I feel like 8 Mile the movie kind of covered.
So
I think it kind of did his job. I don't know.
So in an interview, he said that he is collaborating with Eminem, and the story.
Okay, there we go.
It would provide a backstory and showcase Eminem's younger years.
We don't Eminem's younger years
Yes.
as the
Yeah,
rapper.
I mean, as the rapper, sure.
like
Yeah.
post the movie, like in between, like after 8 Mile the movie.
Is it pre 8 Mile or post 8
It
Mile?
That's
looks
what
like
I'm
it's.
saying.
It looks like it's pre.
Pre 8 Mile.
It would provide a backstory and showcase the lead's younger years. So I'm thinking it's pre 8 Mile.
So this wouldn't
movie.
be actually Eminem playing.
Right. No,
himself.
Correct. No.
This would be somebody else playing Eminem.
I don't need to see this.
I don't need
This
to
would
see
just be
that.
a child.
Right, because he was fairly young in the movie.
Yeah, I mean he
Like he was a really young man, like 20.
Yeah, I would guess like early 20s.
50
late
Cent.
teens.
50 Cent made an appearance on Big Boy TV.
Big Boy TV.
And
Boy.
said that he is collaborating with the Lose Yourself rapper to bring the series to the small screen. Quote, I'm going to bring his 8 Mile to television. We're in motion. It's going to be big. I ain't got no duds. It's batting 100. It's
Yeah.
batting 100.
I saw that quote too. Hilarious.
If I ever start talking like that, get me out of here.
You
I ain't
already talking like that.
I ain't got no duds.
Look at this nerd.
Yeah.
That mustache he's got going on there. It's a handlebar, right? He's got a handle. 50 Cent got a
It's almost like a
it's-
Fu Manchu without
right. Fucking 50
weird.
Cent.
Oh man.
I love 50 Cent, man. He's fucking ridiculous. But
Fu Manchu, R.I.P. Joe Flacco.
God, just always back to the Ravens.
That's right, baby. All right, what's next on this list? We're moving through. Let's go. We're cooking.
The Last of Us scores
Oh,
almost 100%.
yeah, this debuted at 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, The Last of Us.
I'm
the
ready
show.
for it. I love Pedro.
I think it's
so-
sitting at like a 96, 97 right now, but it did debut at 100% for a while. There was some guy who, I don't know if you ever like read through the guys that like kind of troll the Rotten Tomatoes stuff. There's always like one reviewer who has like a really like terrible hot take or something like that.
Like, yes, Queen.
And this one dude's one guy's review that brought it from 197 was like, I wanted it to feel like I was playing the video game.
Come on, nerd.
And everybody else, and even like the filmmakers or like the creators and all that were saying like,
dude.
The only way to make a video game movie or show successful is to not make it feel like you're playing a video game, because then you would just play the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's, the experiences are so different. So it was just one of those takes that's kind of like,
I think the best way to do it
you're
is
missing
just,
the point.
just take the concept and make the best show you can make.
Yes, correct. It's not about
reliving the game with real people. Like, you don't do that.
Yeah, pretty stupid. But yeah, that is a Sunday night debut. Unfortunately, it overlaps with the Ravens game, but here we are.
Oh,
I was really hoping the Ravens game was going to be Saturday.
That would have been great.
But that's what I really wanted. I kind of thought they would want to get that game out of the way, but have it be prime time. Anyway, neither here nor there.
Sports Talk, WBJB.
That's right, baby. All right, so The Last of Us. Anyway, Sunday. It premieres.
100%?
Go check it out.
What you said? It was 100% or 98?
It debuted at 100%.
It's 97 currently.
97 now, yeah.
That's good.
Pretty high, though.
Yeah.
Pretty high. Yeah, so it seems like we got a little redemption coming through for the video game franchise TV crossover situation.
And who was talking about doing, was it Pedro that was talking about doing Metal Gear Solid? Or was it Oscar?
No,
That was Oscar.
Whatever. Was it Oscar Isaac or whatever? Yeah. He had talked about that. I don't know. He was big on that for a little while. He was really pushing that.
Yeah, no thanks.
And there was somebody attached to do a Metal Gear Solid movie for a little while, but
Channing Tatum?
no.
I don't know.
No, I think there was like a director that was attached to it for a minute, but that's a tough one. That's another one of those properties that should really not go to the wrong hands.
Absolutely. You want to talk about this,
Yeah, let's talk about this.
fellas?
What are we talking about? Noble Oak?
Yeah.
Is that what? All right.
What do you think?
Josh, what are your thoughts on Noble Oak? Why don't you kick us off here?
I like it. It's a little sweet. It kind of has a sweet element to
Yeah.
it.
It's
It's
aged
from
in
the wine.
Chardonnay.
Yeah, but it's not overpowering and it doesn't really linger too far to be offensive.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, I like it.
Are you getting the figs, toffee, and almond?
I just wish you guys could see
say
the
yes.
shit I see from over in my peripheral. They are ridiculous. I don't know if I like it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that? Let us know. Let the people know.
There's a perfumey type aroma.
You're saying to the smell?
No, in the taste, like a perfumey, some,
Oh, you mean alcohol?
huh?
You mean alcohol?
No, like you smell somebody has on too much perfume and it like kind of like, gets caught up.
Like a potpourri.
Yeah.
So the bottle has a different description, slightly different description than the website does for the same product.
Potpourri.
The nose on the website says toffee, allspice, wood, and rich grains, which I think that says some of that. The palate.
Figs, toffee, almonds, and allspice.
All right, the palate here says notes of sweet brown sugar and maple syrup dissolved into a sharp profile of green pepper and grass, closing with austere rye grainy spice.
Yeah.
What?
I get the maple, the syrup.
I get the
I
first
get
part.
that.
I get a lot of
spice.
The sweetness is nice. I actually enjoy it. It is sweet. It is, but not in a. I feel like some whiskeys or bourbons can have like almost like an artificial, like a sweetener kind of almost like they intentionally made it that way.
Like it sticks to your mouth.
Yeah, and
then,
you can't get rid of it. This kind of finishes off though, like it's not sweet. It has like a nice taste on the front end for me, and then it fades. That sweetness fades out really quick, and then it just kind of feels good.
It does what a rye is supposed to do. It's spicy. You get that spice from the rye, but also like the sweetness gives a nice counteract, so it's not just spicy. For me.
Yeah. I don't get the strong, I don't get the perfumey thing that you're talking about.
This is so sweet.
I don't.
I feel like
But you're not.
It smells great.
any moment.
It has a nice nose, but you're not a fan of sweet things.
I'm not.
I'm not a big fan of sweet things either.
No.
This doesn't come off as like sweet in the wrong way.
It does to me. Like any moment.
And another thing about it that I kind of like is that it's got a good nose to it, but
Yeah.
that doesn't, for me, it doesn't hugely translate into the flavor.
Yeah.
like you taste something slightly different than you've just, smelled. And I think that's interesting.
It's a good experience all the way around.
Courtney's
just not tracking with it.
Nah,
you better put your glass down, dude.
Tastes like I'm at a drag brunch. Like, I don't know.
That's interesting. That's what it sounds like a personal experience that none of us have been through.
I don't know what that means.
Like it just tastes like bathroom potpourri to me. I don't think I like it.
Okay, you don't have to like it.
I feel bad. I got the
We're
shit.
not forcing you.
And you guys like it, and I don't like it, and I got the shit.
We'll just take it back and throw it at the guy.
Just see if you can return it.
He'll learn his lesson.
That's right.
I mean, I'm gonna drink it.
Maybe you'll grow to love it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe
you'll grow to love it.
because I had that beer first. Maybe
that's what's throwing you off the skip check. All right, what's next?
Next up,
What's next, my guys?
JC's confirmed OJ as the T800.
Oh God, yeah. So this has been a week of very weird,
of people just
irrelevant
coming out
information.
with info that just was not needed.
So James Cameron did confirm there's been a rumor for a long time that OJ Simpson was on the docket to potentially be the Terminator.
Well,
Okay.
I don't think he needed the film to.
So,
That's good. That's good.
So
Too soon or too late?
Never too late.
Never too late. Yeah.
James Cameron did recently confirm in an interview that yes, a studio executive called him and pitched OJ as being the perfect Terminator, and that's what he wanted to do.
And he just let it go to his head.
James Cameron was like, absolutely not. There's no way that OJ can be Terminator, and that was the end of it. But he's not like he ever read for the part or anything, but it was pitched.
If I'll Be Back was a person,
Literally, if I'll Be Back was a walking, living person, it's OJ Simpson.
Yeah, a lot of irony in that.
Yeah, no.
All right, moving on.
Another James Cameron. He's really featuring heavily in this episode.
Well, if we're being honest, he's been in the media like crazy.
Quite a lot,
so
sure.
There's just a
He's
lot of
doing
content.
the most. He's like that annoying ex.
I should have grouped it all together.
Sure.
But
Well, I mean, it kind of is.
breaking it all up.
He claims that the audiences are done with streaming.
Oh yeah, there's a quote that goes along with this. You can read
Would you
that
like me to
out
read the
loud.
quote?
Yeah, let's go with the quote.
Quote, we're saying as a society, we need this. We need to go to the theaters. Enough with the streaming already. I'm tired of sitting on my ass.
Yeah. So that was his basically response to the success of Avatar 2, really kind of getting close to the 2
So he's a
billion dollar mark.
curmudgeon narcissist.
Yeah. Which I find is a funny pitch of like sitting on your ass at home
Yes.
versus sitting on your ass in the theater.
Yep.
But he loves the theater.
I think
He's here for it.
There's a disconnect in his reality of what he's saying, because what happened to the world wasn't what happened to him. He's a multi-hundred millionaire man, right? We all went through this pandemic. For us, streaming was in some aspects the only sanity we could have because we couldn't go outside.
Yeah.
You live in a fucking probably 50-room mansion with bowling alleys and fucking swimming pools and whatever.
Yeah, maybe.
A lot of people don't have that. So for you to say, get off our ass, and some of us are still dealing with the ramifications of what happened in the world is kind of insulting. Like, and this isn't me just being a dickhead to what James Cameron is saying.
Sure.
I just feel like there's a disconnect in his verbiage and narrative about time to get back out there. I'm tired of sitting on my ass, where in America, like, where a lot of us are still sitting on our asses because the world hasn't really recovered from, what we just went through.
Yeah. I think his hot takes have,
they're extreme hot takes.
they're hot takes.
Yeah.
They are. But he's known for that. He's always been that way.
I think like any rich person that's
He's really
disconnected
been doubling
from,
down on a lot of it, given the success of Avatar 2. Yeah.
For someone who makes his money off of the
didn't humble
consumer, it's kind of insulting to be insensitive to, the industry and the people and just be like, get off your ass. Like, come on, bro. Like, some people need to stay on their ass. Like it's not all the way safe out there.
Yeah.
you know, but whatever.
Yeah. I get it. I understand what you're saying. I'm with you. I'm with you. I still haven't come back to the theaters to see it, so I can't.
Yeah.
And when you do, you're going to see it 3 times.
That's right.
Because you have to.
You have to. It's an obligation.
Because you're not gonna get it.
I have to get off my ass though.
You have to say I'll be back twice.
That's right.
If I did it.
Not to say I went to see it, but if I did go see it.
Right. Oh, it all relates. Oh,
Good
man.
old James. I feel like he doesn't. I feel like he could just stop making hot takes though.
He can.
Like, he can
and that's
just
what I'm
chill out.
saying, bro. We love you, bro.
Like, get back
you
in-
don't gotta talk to us like
Yes,
this.
just say nothing.
Yeah.
I feel like
Just
that's
get
also
back-
another
get
common,
back at it.
a common like thing after the pandemic is just say nothing. So many people are out there just
saying
being
whatever.
fools, right? And just don't say anything.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things where, like, if you ever met somebody who's had a near-death experience where they just don't want to, like, hold anything back anymore, I think that's how the world is treating the pandemic. We all almost died. Oh, well.
Nah, not me. I'm not going. I don't need to go I'm still wearing my mask in Target sometimes.
That's
Like,
right.
Not all the time. If I walk in there and I see too many, I got it right here. All right, it's too many, y'all.
I was in a grocery store the other day and everybody had a mask on except for me, and I thought for a
feel
second.
guilty?
No, I didn't. It wasn't a guilt thing.
God, you schmuck.
But for a second, I was like, "Did they change something?"
Did they change the rules?
Because I was like, I legitimately thought I was like, something I don't know about.
So
They
when
changed
that
the
happens
rules?
to me, instead of feeling guilty, like, oh, I should put a mask on, I feel safer.
There was a lot of people with
Like,
masks on.
if all of you have one mask, that means I, by proxy, have on a mask.
Have you guys seen the uptick in masks lately?
Yes,
Yeah,
for sure,
absolutely.
for sure. I just shared my experience.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on. I rolled into that grocery store. I thought there was a whole new, mandate out.
You know, Chanel's a nurse, so we got masks, as it been said, we got mask sanitizer still everywhere. And before pandemic, there was, sanitizer and all kinds of crap all over the house, wipes, whatever.
You never know when you're going to have shit on your hands.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Shout out to Clark.
She'll appreciate this at some
I
point.
had 20 years and she watches me being, the geriatric millennial. But yeah, man, it's just, now it's just still personally like a affect of our lives. I just don't think will ever go away. It's just we'll have that stuff just in case forever. We'll always be watching the count, seeing how many cases there are in your area and shit.
Yeah.
So pay attention, James Cameron. Some people are still scared.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here we are. Still haven't seen it.
Still haven't seen it.
Still haven't seen it.
All right. Well, unrelated to any of that,
I love it. Let's go.
HBO price increase. Which, by the way, that movie we were talking about earlier where you said, where is it streaming? It's on HBO. I forget what it was called.
With Don
No
Cheadle?
Sun Moves.
With Don. Was it Don Cheadle? Was it Don
No
Cheadle?
Sun Moves.
What?
Yes. No Sudden
Sudden
Moves.
Moves.
Yeah. Yep. And
Rhea
Benicio
Ray-
del Toro. It's on HBO.
I like all those guys. Yeah,
But
man.
yeah, the price just went up. So buckle up.
That's right.
How though? How do you pay for HBO? Do you sub right to the app or are you paying for it through cable? Because I pay for it through cable.
I get HBO Max through my DirecTV subscription.
Right.
But
You too?
I'm just saying, for those that are paying for it outright,
Now it's going up.
it's going up again.
I'm gonna be honest, man. HBO Max ain't worth $15.
It's not. I'm going to agree with that. HBO is not worth it.
I get my value
Not worth $15.99.
because they have all of the DC stuff there. And if I'm bored, like a bored background watch, I can just throw something
No,
on.
Disney is cheaper than that.
Yeah, it is. Also, I don't.
Disney. If anybody has a claim for more money on a
Disney.
month-to-month basis, it's Disney.
Disney gets so much runtime in my house.
Netflix
man.
and Disney. That's it. And Netflix charges $20 a month for if you want 4K streams, you're paying $20 a month. And if you don't want ads, but at least Netflix is like a network because they're putting out new content every day, and it might not be what you want to watch, but the
It's
amount,
coming.
like
It's
it's
coming. It's
constantly
coming,
coming. HBO Max is like they have 1 or 2 shows on at a time. If you don't like one of those shows, then you're out of pocket for 2 months.
Problem with HBO is they are still the executives of HBO are still releasing content as if people are sitting down watching TV on a Sunday.
Yeah,
Watching they're releasing a prime time schedule.
Yeah.
And we're not all, you don't have to do that. You just,
but I mean, it still works for them if they have major shows.
I haven't, okay, so there's only been 2 shows I've actively participated in the release schedule for HBO, and that was House of the Dragon, White Lotus. That's 2 shows in the last year. Like I don't.
No, you would have done Game of Thrones when Game of Thrones was out for sure.
When it was out, but I'm saying like.
But my point is HBO does have like the credentials or credibility to
maintain that.
Yeah, like they do drop stuff that hits hard enough that people will pony up on Sunday night to watch.
Yeah, because all of their shows that they do put out like that are worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they don't need to stick to the primetime schedule. Like I feel like if it's going to come out on Sunday,
you just want them to drop it on
just
Sunday.
drop it. Like if you're a streaming platform, just drop it.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
That's what Discovery does.
Pennyworth, that covers Alfred from Batman.
Yeah.
Great show.
Awesome show.
It's weekly.
You know, if it comes out on
give me the season.
Disney Plus, they don't wait till a time where it's, watchable on something else, and it's not watchable on something else. It just comes out at midnight and you can watch it, or 3 a.m. because of Pacific time, and you can just watch it whenever you can watch it. And I feel like that's they're still locking people in to the primetime schedule because it's still a cable service.
I think it's core to HBO though. I
don't like it, man.
I think it's who they are. I don't think that they see themselves as like a streamer.
I think what they should do, not to differentiate themselves, but if you're going to premiere shows that are locked into that primetime release, you should release shows just as good that are not.
Well, they've tried that.
Which one?
Because I think there's HBO shows and there's HBO Max.
The Max
shows.
originals.
And like the Max originals.
Like the Flight Attendant?
I think the Max originals do come out on a different schedule. I don't think that those are all Sunday prime time.
The Max originals just released.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that they've dabbled in that. But they're not throwing their best content at that.
No.
But like The Last of Us, we'll probably watch that on Sunday
nights. And that's one I'll watch.
Now that football is going to be kind of wrapping up.
So everything back to the Ravens.
Oh, I'm just saying.
Losing them on Sunday.
Now that, we'll watch, I'll finish the playoffs and, obviously all that, but it's not going to eat up 10 weeks. But so that is a show that I will watch on Sunday nights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So back to that. So I've seen the trailer. How gruesomely zombie-esque do you think this is going to be?
They say that it's not as violent as the video games. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I'm trying to gauge is it going to be character driven or is it going to be zombie driven?
I think it's going to be more character driven.
Okay.
You will definitely see the zombies and the clickers and all that kind of stuff. They're not they're not like zombies in the general sense, but you'll definitely see them, but you'll probably go episodes in between without seeing
one or two. Yeah.
But the game is not all about zombies, to be fair. There's large chapters of the game where you're not the core villain is not.
Of course, yeah. I think that's where the zombie genre is that the zombies are the atmosphere.
Aspect,
yeah, this is just the landscape. The villain is someone who has learned to take and learn to prosper in this, and it's just you trying to survive.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I'd wager more character driven than zombie driven.
Okay, right.
I'm sure it'll be scary. I'm sure it'll be intense.
What's next? Damn.
Golden Globes is next.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so you can I put this list on here. This is just a couple of hot takes or notable things I pulled from the list of Golden Globe winners. I didn't go through the whole thing, but you can, Josh, you can just run through this list and we'll just comment on it because we're running out of time.
Yeah, definitely. The Fablemans, Banshees of
Inisherin.
Great.
You never saw
Perfect.
the Fablemans. Fablemans cleaned up. That won a lot of things. It was a Steven
did.
Spielberg film. Keep going.
The Banshees, right?
Banshees of Inisherin. That also won a lot of things.
Didn't see it.
That is like an Irish or like Scottish kind of driven film. Colin Farrell is in that. Very sad, very depressing. My parents actually saw that one, but high marks. I've not seen it, but I know the concept of it, and I know that it's more of a drama, sad story kind of thing. Anyway, those both won a lot.
They did.
Yep.
They were winning when I was watching.
House of Dragons beats out Severance and Ozark.
It's true.
You see her outfit?
Did not see the outfit.
Outfit was weird,
I'll have to take a look.
but fun.
Check it out.
It was fun, weird. It what? Okay, I won't say it was weird.
Wasn't a meat suit.
It was not what I expected her to wear.
Oh, okay.
And also, people just do stuff like that.
That's right.
For the red carpet or whatever. But if that's like her regular look, the older version of Rhaenyra's, like, kudos to her. Like, that's kind of badass. Did you see it? Oh man, it's crazy.
I did not. I'll have to check it out.
Evan Peters wins for Dahmer.
That's right.
He did?
Yep.
Good for him.
Pulled that.
Jennifer Coolidge for White Lotus.
Yep.
The gays are trying to kill me.
Yes, Queen.
She is, and she gave a heartfelt speech to Ryan Clarkson. That's his name. The executive producer or director of White Lotus.
You're saying her acceptance speech?
Yeah.
Did you see her?
No, she was presenting and she thanked him.
Yeah.
And then she won.
Yeah.
And I think she like doubled down.
Did you see the clip of her talking about wanting to be a dolphin?
No.
That was also amazing. Josh,
I kind of want to hang out with her.
Yeah,
I just want her
She
around.
looks like a blast.
She looks like she has fun.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Stifler's mom.
And then Pinocchio.
Oh yeah, Pinocchio won for best animated, which I thought
Of
was
course,
a
had
little
to.
odd. Not that it won, but does it qualify as an animated feature when it's more of a stop motion kind of thing?
Isn't it
I don't know.
animation though?
I guess.
I don't know. I'm asking.
I don't know.
There's very little, stop motion. There's very little drawing.
No, but I know. But like, my point is like animation, like stop motion versus something like a Pixar thing. Like, they're
No, I'm
very
with you. No, I'm
Yeah,
on your side
yeah.
here. Yeah. Mhm.
It seems like they would be kind of
Different.
different in a way, but I guess I don't know. I mean, I guess they're all like not. It's weird.
I guess you still got to put those clips together in order for it to be a full motion.
Yeah, like stop motion is technically like, it's technically like live capture, but it's not. I don't know. It's a weird thing. I guess
It's
it doesn't really
weird.
matter. It's in animation. Here we are. Here we go.
That's strange.
Yeah, I thought that too. But is that
It
wrap
looked
up?
cool though. I saw.
Yep.
Did you watch it yet?
No.
Come on, man.
Because it was. Nah, I didn't. Jesus. I told you I watched Tom Hanks. Geppetto.
Okay. God, you're watching the worst versions of these things. So be it.
You playing music?
He's listening.
Sorry,
to
I
something. His
don't know
AirPods
how to
are
use-
Not connected.
Clearly.
Which I think this feeds into our watch lists. Is that right?
Yeah.
Watch list.
I don't look at my watch.
You can run
I
through
didn't
mine
update
real
my
quick.
shit.
Yeah, yours is The Menu,
Yep.
Interstellar.
Yep.
And Neil Brennan block.
Did you
Black-
rewatch
Black
Interstellar?
Blocks.
Yeah. I rewatched Interstellar. I also started Barry. I've never seen Barry before.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, it's good, right?
Yeah, it's good. We're I think 6 episodes in on season 1.
Oh, it just gets crazier and crazier.
Barry's been fun. That's been a good time. It reminds me of Weeds. You remember the show Weeds?
Yes.
It's like the same kind of concept, but like instead of like weed, it's like Hitman. You know what I mean?
yeah.
The same kind of comedy, same kind of like situations and scenarios.
Problem with Weeds, it got kind of slapstick at the end.
Yeah, well, Weeds went off the rails at the
Yeah.
end. But I feel like that idea of like normal people just doing weird things, like, you know what I mean? Like doing like a crazy
it was
thing.
cool.
Yeah, it's kind of it kind of hits that.
Yeah. It
Same
gets a
pocket for
little
me.
darker towards like as you watch, it gets
Got
much
you.
more darker.
Yeah, right now it's fun.
Still fun, yeah. Good for you.
Have you seen The Menu? It's on HBO.
I don't know what that is.
That's a movie that's on HBO. Yeah.
How you feel about it?
How do I feel about
What's
it?
it about?
I thought it was a fun watch.
Oh, we've talked about this.
The Menu?
We've talked about this before with Ray Fiennes
Yeah.
and Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
Nicholas Hoult. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
we've talked about this very briefly, where they teased it. This is the one where they teased like, there's a twist, before it even came out. And you're like, well, I kind of know what the twist is.
Yeah, it's basically like the concept is like you're watching almost like a Chef's Table.
Yeah,
As
okay,
a
we talked about
movie,
this.
but then there's like a dark comedy that's kind of taking place behind the scenes
talked
of the
about
Chef's
this,
Table.
yeah.
Anyway, it was a fun watch. I enjoyed it. It's an easy watch. It's not super long. In my opinion, it's maybe not as smart as it thinks it is, but I think it's fine. It's good. It kind of, like the pacing of it, and like it kind of is like the closest thing is maybe like that I've seen recently is like a White Lotus. Like it just has like a fast pacing.
Yeah,
it's kind of like
yeah.
modern, sharp. It's kind of moves a little.
I think I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah. It's not, the concept is not like a White Lotus, but it just feels like you're kind of watching something.
In the same kind of.
Yeah, it thinks it's clever like that kind of. But yeah, it's a good, you have HBO, throw it on, watch it. It's enjoyable. There's a weird technical issue with it that I found is there's an insane amount of the shots are not in focus. I mentioned this to Emily while I was watching it. I was like, this is wild. How many shots are not in focus?
Yeah. It's like nobody said anything.
Yeah, there are shots of people like that'll just be like a shot of this dude and he's like not in focus like at all. Like it's like very not intentionally. Like it's just he's not sharp. It's very weird. But I called it out to Emily like 7 or 8 times while we were watching it,
Josh.
and you can see where they tried to do what.
I was gonna say, so he's dull.
Not in focus, dull.
No, I know.
You said he was sharp. I was like, he's not sharp.
Oh, I got you.
He's dull.
Dad jokes hitting late in the episode.
Yeah, it's this fucking.
There's also some shots that they like
Potpourri
tried
wine I'm
to do. They tried to do like AR
Fixing?
like fixing like sharpening on. It's very
it's very
noticeable.
evident.
It's very noticeable. It's super weird. I did not understand how that
Like
happened.
Moon Knight's cape.
But apparently the guy who does Chef's Table did shoot all of the food scenes, interestingly enough, which is kind of a fun thing. Like the guy who, like, I guess the cinematographer for Chef's Table did do the food aspects.
Yeah,
Of the
food, I
movie.
will say that the food scenes are very good. Although if you're a filmmaker or cinematographer, you should be able to make food look good.
Yeah.
But it did look good.
Yeah.
I feel like James Cameron wants us to feel about Avatar how the one guy feels about the chef.
Food.
Yeah. That's probably true. It's probably true. So you've watched nothing this week. You've really done very little.
I don't know. I think I did watch stuff. I had a whirlwind of a week. So
Okay, that's fine.
You typed the peripheral finna.
Oh,
And
finale.
initially, I thought you were doing like I'm finna watch this show.
God, you,
Oh, Jesus.
And then I realized what was going on.
That was on your watch list from last week, dude.
right, bro. Since I left here, I've been in like nonstop motion.
Yeah.
And I've been watching a lot of sports and a lot of like content on YouTube, but
Yeah.
then like I haven't been able to like really like watch something outside of
I got you.
really trying to finish Kaleidoscope, which has actually been really, really good.
I'm surprised you've doubled down on Kaleidoscope because that is really tanked on Rotten Tomatoes.
What?
That's in like the 30s.
It's tough because everyone watches it in a different order.
Yeah.
So you can't really talk about it with anyone,
You
which
got that.
finished it?
You got that 100% version.
maybe, or
You got that
Yeah,
mid
you might got,
90s.
you might got the sauce.
You got that
Yeah.
mid 90s version.
You got the sauce, bro.
They say that there is an actual order to it. Like
yeah.
there is, and maybe you got that
I
order.
think
You
I've
might
got
have a
it
good
because
algorithm.
I can understand if someone was watching it and you got the wrong episode because it's total. It's not.
That would be hilarious though if they had a show that was in fact like a real banger, but they just were like, we're just gonna release it in staggered episodes for some people, and all the reviewers are just like, this is terrible. We don't understand what's
Yeah.
happening. But that one guy is like, this is the best show I've ever seen in my life.
And for me, it's my algorithm that it's working for. So you know, like,
49% audience score, 48
Damn.
tomato score.
Hey man, you're a real outlier here. Loving
Damn.
What
that.
is your? Do you remember what your first episode was?
white.
Ay.
White was your first
I
one.
think so. Yeah,
Yeah, you might got the sauce.
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
think white was my first
Yeah,
one.
white was your first one. That you
The
might-
last one I watched was purple.
Jeez.
You might got the sauce. You might.
Yeah, I think there was
You might
one
have to.
episode I was like, yeah, I'm not feeling this. And I think I just kind of like went to sleep and then woke up the next day like, all right, yeah. Just kind of like scroll through to just make sure I didn't miss anything. So yeah.
White is intended to always be the season finale.
Wow. And that's how I'm hooked. I need to see how this shit ends, like how it plays out, like how we got here.
You watch the season finale first.
Which is probably the best way to watch it.
Right.
I'm going to be honest.
I think that was my episode and I'm hooked. Like that's why Chanel and I can't get off of this show.
I gotta be
we
honest. I hate the concept of this show.
That's a terrible concept. You should have just played it like the
Should've
way
just
it was
picked- They should have
intended.
just picked an order for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It tried to be way too Guy Ritchie and it's off the deep
It's
end.
like a choose your own ending book. I don't like it. I'm not into it. I'm out. All right.
I can see why a lot of people are not feeling it.
That brings us to a close, I think. You didn't watch anything this week. And
A lot of sports.
We're running over. But yeah, sports.
I'm addicted to FanDuel. Can't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
That $5 for 200 really got you, didn't it? Or $5 for 100 or whatever.
It did, man. It did.
No, but got some games we can bet on this weekend.
I win a few.
Guarantee the outcome.
Lose a few.
Dude, what's the rate on fucking Ravens game right now?
Oh, they're odds for them to win is probably something crazy, like plus like 1,000 at this point.
ESPN's match predictor shows it at 16.8% chance of winning.
I'm gonna put $5 on the
Put
Ravens.
$5 on them winning, you'll probably get like $50-$60.
Let's go. Let's go, dude. All right. Well, until next week. There it is.